Shubor nagaslem jong udongsan Hima.
Ka wa Lukha kadai ka wa ka blakerku ya ki babon ki blasane aka. Hindai kembali tep lang baro baka jingtuat ki asid kala penjular ni penlong ya kawa benyap bat kelarong. Ya kini la ondu menteri ketenar kam klau jong ka sarkar jela ujim sangma habahir dalade syakawa Lukha panjurup ya ka pong shna so pailan hakas ngi balang. Basendran yu menteri James K sangma daki ubesar ketenar kam klau. Menteri ula angru bana kapor ngilai play jengmot bat kireu champang na kri United States bat Israel ki bawat banya halor ki jingthong ban Pynkhie ya ki kiwa ne ban Pynkhoi ya ka aset akawa ula angru ba menta la thung ki jingthong psycho remediation ni ki so pailan ki ban kijet ya ka jakla bat ban Pynkhoi ya ka kawa ka jing persang bat ki dak kitchen kilong ki baba bat ngila ban penhe ka project bat ban persang hakiwi kiwa ki bajur ka aset.
The pH level is, as you can see, it's because of the monsoons that the pH level would have improved because of the dilution from the monsoon rainwater. But this is a seasonal phenomena where the pH levels they come down to a very acidic level, that is during the lean season. And there are also traces of certain heavy metals. And psychoremediation is a process by which we can, the algae can counter these kind of phenomena.
So, talking about the scale, so how much is enough to save the rivers?
Yes, this is a pilot project. As you can see, it was started with the intention of testing whether, how effective it will be. And we can see right now that the efficacy levels are very high. And however, as I said, it's a scalable model. So as per the requirement, we will be conducting a study as to what level it has to be scaled up to ensure that the process can be expedited.
So, will the technology be made available to local bodies or individuals?
Yes. So now, as we all know that algae is a global phenomenon. It has found acceptance all over the world, and to make this a sustainable model, we need the involvement of community, of all the stakeholders to come forward and participate in this. And for this, we want to, as a department, make sure that to make this a sustainable model, to bring in involvement of the people, and for that we have been talking to many people from outside, especially from the US and from Israel, to bring in ways and means by which this can become a sustainable model. What I mean to say is that algae is also become a lot of people have become aware of the fact that this is a superfood. It has more beta carotene than carrots. It has more iron than spinach. So because of the high nutritional value of algae per se as a food, we believe that a lot of people are growing aware to this, growing aware of it, and if people were to cultivate it not just for the psychoremediation of rivers, but also to sell this as a superfood, I think that this would become a model which is sustainable for the future, and a model which would involve the community and would empower the community. So we're looking at such kind of ways and means by which we can tie things up and bring about a more sustainable model. As we all know, that climate change and global warming is such a major issue. It is a global phenomenon which has brought about a lot of discussion, a lot of concern, not just among governments, not just among the civil society and the public, but it is a big concern for each and every one of us. We feel that in line with the government of India having a nomenclature of the Ministry of Environment and Forest and Climate Change, in line with that, I'm also proposing to the government that we must change the nomenclature of our forest department from Department of Environment and Forest to Department of Environment and Forest and Climate Change. This will broaden, I believe, very importantly, it is the need of the hour. Uh, it will broaden our mandate into, a subject which is of grave concern for each and every one of us, which is climate change. Uh, and this is very important. So we are looking at proposing that to the government, and we are hoping that government accepts our proposal, which exists everywhere. It's not just in our region, and this is a problem which everyone is facing. Where do you find the balance? And I think that the challenge lies in that, in the fact that we need to find that balance. It's not easy, because you can't say one is more important than the other. So we're always, in that constant mode of striking a balance between the two. It's not easy. You can't keep everyone happy, but then, I mean, a decision has to be taken, and the, we have to move ahead. So it's very important that in the move towards economic growth, we also have um, a very, very conscientious mind and thought towards the environment and the ecology, and to protect that delicate balance that is there, that exists. So the question is very pertinent, and it is always the effort of the government to find and strike that balance. The reason why the acidity is high is because of acid mine drainage, which is water which gets mixed up in the coal mine areas and then flows into the rivers. That is the reason why the acidity level is so high. There's precipitation from the fact that there are two tributaries that come, and the place where the confluence takes place, there water coming from the limestone areas mixing with the water coming from coal mine areas, the highly acidic with the highly alkaline. There, then we have a lot of heavy metals that come about. So yes, it is a problem, all these things, but that is why we as a department are very keen at looking at how we can find remedies and solutions to these kind of challenges that are there. We plan to initiate this at the earliest. We are looking at um, preparing this for the other rivers. Then five or six rivers, Doctor?
Now we have selected two rivers,
Two, but in total, critical rivers? Five. Yeah.
So now this river there are two more.
Yeah.
Along this.
Along this river itself, we are going to implement in two more rivers here. And apart from that, we are also looking at implementing this in other acid mine drainage affected rivers, or other rivers which are affected for other various reasons, wherever the pH balance is low, or wherever there is presence of heavy metals or other pollutants in the river. So all these rivers are being considered for this cyclone remediation. See, the main reason for the pollution of these rivers is because of the coal mine, the acid mine drainage that takes place. Because this is where we have found out that the acidity levels, they go up. There are certain effluents from industries, but I think those are there. But it is something that I feel, compared to whatever acidity that flows into the rivers, it's relatively very less. Yes, we have to see the larger picture and the long-term picture. So it cannot be just just the forest department or community coming forward and finding solutions to this. I think it has to be a concerted effort, and industries also must come forward and be more proactive towards these solutions. and to also contribute to the healing process. That is very important. Is actively involved in monitoring any kind of pollution or effluent that is being released from industries. That is being actively monitored.